Summer EBT is in response to the pandemic EBT that families were receiving.
Ms.
Um,
Ms. Taylor, I do apologize. Don't mean to interrupt. Just to let you know, you have 10 minutes for your presentation.
okay, I
Okay.
won't be that long. So this is in response to the pandemic EBT that families were receiving to supplement meals that were traditionally provided through school. So any eligible family, meaning eligible through the income guidelines, the federal income guidelines, will receive benefits. There are two different ways that they are eligible for benefits. The first being if they already receive public benefits such as SNAP, TANF, if they're in the foster care system, or if they're homeless. If families are not already pre-certified through those programs, then they will have to complete a meal application, or in Trenton, it's called a household income survey or a household information survey because we're community eligible. So the flyer that was passed out, and I believe are available for the public as well, that has a link directly to the Trenton meal application. So if the families complete that application and are eligible for free or reduced lunch, then the families will be mailed the card in June for $120 per eligible child. Okay, so what we've been trying to do in partnership with the district and other community orgs is encouraging families to complete the meal application if they haven't already, update their addresses with the school district because that's what gets sent directly to the New Jersey Department of Agriculture, and the cards are automatically mailed to that address on file. And then we've also been encouraging families to check in with their SNAP case manager because even though they are directly certified, they're going to want to make sure that they are going to receive that benefit. And we're trying to make them aware that it's a new card. That money won't be put onto their existing SNAP card. Okay, so I do have some of my business cards as well. We've been working with Hunger for New Jersey and the Office of the New Jersey Food Advocate. So we do have some materials that are being using statewide. So I'm happy to provide those digitally if you guys would like to share, or provide more print copies if you want to distribute within your own like networks. So yeah, we're here with Mercer Street Friends as your Mercer County Food Bank to help with SNAP assistance.
Thank you.
Right, thank you.
Any council people have any comments or questions?
Yes, please.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
So one, thank you for coming out. The work that you guys are, you Mercer Street Friends are doing in the community is absolutely fantastic, especially with helping to combat the food deserts that we have in the community. Two questions I have thus far is, where online, for those who are online and others who may not have it right now, where can they go to get the information if they're not here to scan this barcode? That's the first question. And then the other one, I'm not sure if you said it and I was just distracted. Is the card per household or is it per child? Is there a limit on the number that can go into each household?
No, so it is $120 per eligible child, but it's important for families to know that's only being distributed one time. So the card will be mailed in June and that'll have the benefits for each child. And there's not a limit. Any child in the school, so that's age 5, kindergarten through high school, it will receive benefits.
Okay, and the other one online?
Yes, so the school district has been pushing it because it has to go through their meal application, as well as the state sending out information. We've been sharing things on our social media, but families, if they're not eligible or if they don't see the QR code, then they should go online or check with their school.
So that was the other my other question.
Yeah.
So I have seen it in some schools. Are we putting these in all the K through 12 schools so that they have it readily to go home? Because, and actually that was would be a great idea if they just had it to go in the actual book bags. Have we made that available?
Yes, so what we did do actually for all of the Mercer County schools that receive our SHUP or our weekend meal bags, we put the information into the weekend meal bags and we dropped off district specific flyers such as the Trenton QR code one. So that has been distributed to every elementary school and middle school because they all get the weekend meal bags. We have tried to partner with the district in other ways to get more information out. But because the program is new, there's a little bit of hesitancy around, and just an unknowing of how to go around getting it out properly. So that's another thing. If you hear from any of your constituents or the community, and you want to provide feedback, I can take that feedback directly back to the Office of the New Jersey Food Advocate as well.
And how do we get in touch with you?
I have my card. I'll give my card to all of you.
And last question, this is not restricted just to Trenton. This is all of Mercer County,
Yes, all of New Jersey.
all of New Jersey. Thank you, Michaela.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Council President.
Councilwoman Williams.
Thank you. I have a quick question. I know you all work very, very hard on trying to get information out to people, and of course, our different agencies of government try to do that as they encounter folks who need help. Are you still finding a large communications gap or any communications gap on getting more people to know about, things such as this and other benefits available? And are there any ways you suggest our city can help better to fill those gaps?
Yeah, I think what happens is if people are aware of some benefits, then they're aware of all of them. And a lot of times they don't become aware of them until they're in an area of really, really great need where they could have probably benefited from it earlier too. So I think we as an organization are just trying to continue to push the information out. And as city council, I think it would just be great if you guys shared it. So I'll start making sure too that any of our communications are shared with you. Because I think a lot of it does get shared already, but if I can share it with you more directly, that would be great.
Thank you. Councilman Harrison.
I wanted to commend you. I see your flyers both in English and Spanish. That's something that I think this council is advocating for. We want to make sure that that going forward, that we have our documents in English and Spanish. So I commend you for doing that.
Thank you. I would love to take credit for that. That's the Hunger Free New Jersey that they're pushing to use statewide. But we do put everything in English, Spanish, and then they're also working to get it translated into French Creole as well.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank you for
I
your
can
hard
provide
work.
that when we have it.
I appreciate your hard work.
Any other council? Okay. Thank you so much for your presentation tonight. Thank you,
Thank you, guys.
Councilwoman Frisbee, for arranging this. It's good information that we need to know. And I do agree, for the most part, council, we do share just about everything that we could get our hands on. But I do agree that, this is something important that we can push. And Councilwoman Gonzalez and I are actually educators in the school district, so we can push also from our end, right, to help get the information out and see what we can do to help on our end as well. Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
All right. Mr. Garcia.
Madam President, I believe we reached the point now of public comment. If we can have the public comment clipboard, please. And for the public comment will be 5 minutes for each individual, and you may address any item that you wish. Please understand the council is not obligated to respond. Our first individual for public comment at this time is Deborah Marshall. Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Deborah Marshall. I live at 100 South Overbrook Avenue in Trenton. My concern right now are slumlords. And this issue is really irking me. I have been in a battle with my landlord for almost a year. And the problem is the illegal things that the landlords do that they're not accountable for. If you have to go to court with a landlord, there is absolutely not one attorney in the Mercer County area that will represent tenants. Unless you actually have mental health issues, you can go through an agency that's in Trenton. I'm not sure what legal aid does. Everybody that I speak to haven't been able to get any assistance from them at all. My problem is that my landlord keeps sending handymen or electricians to connect his common area lighting and fire appliances that in the building to my breaker in my basement. So I came here and I've had the housing inspector, the electrical inspector come out, several times to the point where it actually got taken care of. Then right before we had to go to court the last day, I was the only tenant in the building who had no heat. They then switched it to these baseboard heaters and connected them to my breaker in the basement, even though the landlord is responsible for my heat. So in response to that, I'm deducting the difference of my public service bill from my rent. However, I'm finding myself having to go to court again for non-payment of rent. And the thing is that I recently had open heart surgery. I had a quadruple bypass. And I am not in a position, because I'm on disability, to even find an attorney to pay for one. The last attorney that I had to go to a totally different county. This man had to drive for an hour to come to Trenton to represent me. This is off, and I'm sure that it's not a coincidence that there are no attorneys in the Mercer County area representing tenants. That's not a coincidence. And it's just a problem because the landlords are allowed to do whatever they want to do. You can't take your landlord to court. If you want anything done, you have to come to City Hall, you have to go through housing, and then they have a problem because the landlords don't even have addresses that are verifiable. So I want to file a complaint, a civil complaint against my landlord. However, I don't know how to contact him. I don't have an address for him. The address for the property management, I recently sent something to them and it came back. So what do you do? How do you address these issues when I live in the city of Trenton, been living in Trenton all my life. The rent has gone up astronomically and they blame it on COVID. I think it's just greed. Then you live in a place that is not kept. You know, you have to fight your landlord for an exterminator. I got ants coming in through my windows. You contact or try to contact somebody and you can't. So your hands are tied behind your back and you're fighting a losing battle. And this is ridiculous as far as being a tax-paying resident of the city of Trenton. And it's just, how do we handle this? How can you, as representatives of the residents of the city of Trenton, address this issue and hold these slumlords accountable for their actions? How do we get relief? Because at this point, we don't.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Christine
Ms.
Baez.
Sorry, Ms. Deborah, if you could just leave your information, because there's a group that is forming for tenants right now, and I would like to connect you with them. As far as an attorney, there isn't one in Mercer County, but we have been locating other ones. I've been working diligently with that group. So if you could just leave your information with Mr. Garcia, please. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Ms. Marshall, also, if you contact the tax assessor, they will be able to tell you who the owner of the property is as well and give you that information.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ms. Baez. Please state your name and address for the record. Oh, yeah, it's on.
My name is Christine Baez. I live at 542 East State Street. I'm here to plead for some help. We live in a commercial area and I live in a residential property. And For 2 years, I had to pay almost $300 Cusack parking in front of my house. And now I'm having a lot of problem with the parking authority. They've given me multiple tickets. I've tried, and there is no way that there's any space for me. And I beg you guys for permit parking. My husband has one leg. And we live next door to the conservatory, which rents the hall out, and the parking is like, if you know, there's never parking for us. And when we go shopping or to do laundry, we can't get back in. We need permit parking, please. We have 5 units and we're the only building that's residential. What do we do? That's all. I don't know I've never been to this. So can somebody tell me what I do? My landlord has his attorney coming to see Anthony, the director of parking. We need that permit parking. We desperately need at least 5.
So I was gonna say, ma'am, for everyone that's going to publicly speak, if council wants to respond to you, because I'm sure people will have something they want to say. If you would just wait for our civic comment, they will address you at that time. So we're able to move through this transition. Yes.
Civic
You can
comment
have-
will
you can
follow
have a
directly
seat.
after public comment. Just have a seat and we'll be able to address you.
You're
Absolutely.
welcome.
Our next individual for public comment is, I see initial L, and is that Brady? Got it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, my name's Louis Brady. I live at 600 block of Franklin Street. Unfortunately, we've been having a lot of problems with a biker club that is across the street from me, 629 Franklin Street. I've called the Trenton police numerous times. They've come out, but they haven't gone. They've seen what was going on. They didn't say, I don't think they said anything. And my father is handicapped. And the bikers, we just got a dog, and unfortunately, it scares the dog. I don't know what else to do. I've called the Trenton police numerous times about it, and I've come down here, complained about it, and nobody's doing anything. I want to know what's going on. What else can I do? Is there something that I'm not doing right? I just want to know, is there something else I can do?
So you just have to wait until civic comment if there's an individual that can address that. Okay, thank you. Our next individual, I'm going to stumble through this name. I just see the last name. Is that Thomas? Thank you. Please do state your name and address for the record.
My name is Haitha Thomas, address 136 South Logan Street here in Trenton, New Jersey. I'm an avid gardener with the Black Urban Gardeners of the Trenton section. On item number 24171, I'm asking that we have a meeting or something be done before the sale of that property. That is one of the oldest gardens in Trenton. The property owner now put a lock on that garden and refused to let gardeners in last year. The community is not aware of this sale, and I think some serious thought should be given to this sale before it proceeds, as Trent is a food desert. And the proceeds from that garden would go into the community, which is mostly low income and Hispanic and Black. And that is all.
Madam President, I'm sorry. So they are speaking. Okay. It appears, okay, we do have additional individuals for public comment. Joseph Halsey. I have a Jabri Minor and Mashir Daniel.
Good evening, council. I am here in advance of saying thank you for your time for the vote that will be happening today. I want you to meet some of our students. I also want to let you know that we are very gracious of your time and your thought. And I just want you to meet some of the people, two of the young men that we're able to serve, and they can tell us a little bit about what we do for them. Thank you. Jabri Minor. We only have 5 minutes, so.
I'll be quick. Name and address for record or, okay. Jabri Minor, 116 Chestnut Avenue, Apartment B, Trenton, New Jersey. Good evening, everybody. I am a former alum of the GRH Foundation of the Arts, now student board member. Just want to come and express just the gratitude and just how the program has helped shape me from the young man that they met me as 7 years ago compared to I am today. I was 15 at the time, going on 16, so I'm 22 now. From the time that I met Mr. Joe, Miss Kim, and just the entire program, I was a lost young individual. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Coming off of a fresh surgery, I couldn't play basketball anymore and all that good stuff. So I was looking for a passion. And although I was pretty lost, like I just mentioned, but I did some acting and I was introduced to the program. And then just from then, my career just shot up. Just the connections that they made with me, just anything involving my passion, they really grew that from the ground, through the sky. Outside of that, just educating me and spoiling me way more than they should have. Even to this day, no matter what I ask for, they're always there. They helped me go to school for college. They, paid for my classes for me to go for school. Even now, I flunked out of there, but I said, hey, I want to go back, but I want to go somewhere else for a different career path. They said, hey, okay, let's do it. There's no questions asked. Anything for me that I've ever asked for, they've always been there. And, it's a family that I have family at home, of course, but once I leave there and I step foot into that program, that's a whole nother family that I just can't explain, truly what they've done for me for the past 7 years. And even to this day, it never goes away. They're always a phone call away. Even when I'm going, hey, Jabri, are you okay? What can we do for you? It never dies down. They still treat me as if I'm one of the students. I don't want to talk you guys' ear off. I can talk all day about how much they've done for me, but I do want to let Mushir, one of the young men who are in the position that I was in before, who is currently witnessing the same blessings that I received from the program. Mushir.
Hi, my name is Mushir. I live at 836 Berkeley Avenue, Trenton, New Jersey. Like about 2 years ago, about 2.5 years ago, I was introduced to the program, and around the time I was in a very bad position at home, and mentally as well. And I was kind of looking for a safe place. A safe place to be, another place to go to. And my grandma actually introduced me to the program. And I wasn't expecting it to be like another home. I was just expecting it to be just a program. But along the way, they started to take more care into me, tried to, see what's going on in the background. And as I stayed, it showed me how much they cared, and it really just helped me be a better person, because I was lost, and it was a way to find myself. It also brought me a lot of skills. I learned how to use the camera, feel me? I learned how to act. I was in 2 films, I'm on my way to being another one. And I just, it just gave me a sense of purpose, motivation, because that's not what I had. About 2-3 years ago, I was ready to give up. But once I found the program, it gave me a sense, keep trying, keep going. So, yeah.
Okay, Madam President, we have reached the point of civic comment, and you may start with whichever member of council you wish.
Thank you. Councilwoman Williams.
Thank you, Council President. So I have some comments. First of all, I do want to speak about regarding the garden, ma'am. That garden, Ms. Thomas? I'm over to your left, I'm sorry. That's okay. So the garden is to stay as a working garden for producing healthy food. And it will be actually African-American owned. So I don't know if that allays some of your concerns, but those are the facts of who is actually going to be purchasing the garden. And perhaps a conversation can be held in the future after its sale, but they will be maintaining it as a garden, and its intent is to provide healthy, nutritious food to people in Trenton. Because I do know personally from speaking to the owners of their mission with the Orchid Restaurant is to have healthy food for people that's free of chemicals, et cetera, that, unfortunately, too many of us put into our bodies with food as it is in our country.
Would community gardeners be allowed to go in there to also produce their food?
That I can't speak about community participation in because it would be privately owned, but that would be a question for the owner. So with that, just have some announcements real quick. So first off is this coming Wednesday, May 15th will be our monthly meeting for the North Ward Citizens Police Advisory Council. It's at 5:30 at Galilee Baptist Church, 440 Martin Luther King Boulevard in the basement. If you can come, please encourage others. It'd be really great because we do get to have conversations about things such as crime, of course, different issues with police, but also even landlord issues, parking ticket issues, and so forth. Hopefully, we would be able to help people come to a resolution. Sometimes that does happen, but the best part is we at least get to have a conversation with each other and talk about issues. And that's something we really need to do to rebuild our city. So I have a couple thank yous. I want to thank the Department of Natural Resources for all their hard work and removing some of the very large stump trees that are still around in our city, at least in the North Ward. And that is really to help make the neighborhood safer as far as people being able to have viewing of when cars are driving, et cetera, but also it's not very unsightly. And additionally, I've had constituents complain about not being able to park because they can't open their car doors because of some of these trees. So that's really, really something that's been great to have happen. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of these stump trees, some of them as high as 25 feet tall, being removed. Also, hopefully folks will notice soon, Mercer County Department of Transportation, thank you very much for working to remove graffiti on some of the overpasses that the county actually controls. It's a weird thing, but even though, say, Route 1 is a state highway, it also has a federal component to it, but the county runs and is in charge of most of the overpasses crossing Route 1 within Trenton. And they're also going to be fixing a lot of the lights on top of it. Apparently, they got out there today. So we'll be able to see better as we're driving over the overpasses, or if someone's traveling through the city, they'll be able to actually see where the overpass is and help them with the directions. Also on Saturday, May 18th at Royal Cakes Cafe, which is at 240 East State Street, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The TPD Community Affairs Department will be holding a cafe conversation regarding women of influence with Sharon Grady, the former athletic director at Trenton High, Janine LaRue, and Rosa Rosado. So with that, those are my only announcements. I know there are some problems that some of the folks who came to tonight, Ms. Baez, know you're going to be giving information. Look forward to chatting with you about some of the parking issues, as do some of my colleagues. These are things that we are trying to continually work with in our city and work on. And it's not been as easy a process as we'd like, but thank you so much for coming to let us know about it, because we can't get a chance to fix it unless you're with us. So thank you. God bless, and everybody have a great weekend.
Councilman Harrison.
Good evening, everyone. Mr. Brady, I heard your conversation or comments. After the meeting's over, we can talk. I can give you some information about what's going on. It's good to see that our directors are working hard. Wally's helping with the help of cleaning up the streets. Maria's helping getting these trees and get things done. Glad to see councils, we're working together. We should be soon working on the budget. That's something that everybody in this room is truly concerned about. And we want to make sure that we're going to partner with the DCA and we get the funding that we need to move the city forward, because we have a lot of things we want to still address, whether it's streets, trees, you name it. And please, people in the community, please keep coming to these meetings, keep reaching out to us, keep letting us know what's going on, which needs to be addressed, because we're up here representing the community, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. So with that said, I wish everybody a blessed evening and everybody have a wonderful time. Oh, and happy Mother's Day on Sunday. Thank you.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. First, thank you all for being present here this evening. Thank you to Mercer Street Friends for the presentation. Ms. Kayla, I just want you to know that I know in our school in particular, they have been distributing the flyers, so it is getting out to the parents, so that's a good thing. And I believe that's going across the board at every school. To Ms. Marshall with the, I think I told you to give the information, because there is a group that is formed right now. We're working really, really diligently to fix the disconnect with some of the landlords and the issues that we're having with the tenants. So hopefully I'll be able to connect you with that group, and then we can move forward with that. As far as the parking, Ms. Bias, I'm so sorry that you have to go through that as a person that is living in that home. And then like you said, it's a commercial area. Hopefully, if you've given your information, or also reach out to the parking authority, and somehow, some way we can make that, try to assist in that way. I assist you with possibly getting a permit parking for the residents in that area. Parking has been a big, big issue. Mr. Brady, I know Mr. Councilman Harrison is going to assist you with the biker club. And then my council colleague also addressed the garden and the purpose that they do want to keep it as a garden. And I believe, you would be able to have a conversation with the potential owner of that garden. As far as announcements, I also wanted just to say really quickly, Trenton Ninth Grade Academy, there's a leadership training conference, and it's hosted by the New Jersey Association of Student Council. For 3 students, it costs $450, so they're looking for sponsorship. I have committed to donate some money, and I believe they're reaching out to others in the area. If anyone would like to donate, you can contact Miss Nancy Miles at Trenton Ninth Grade Academy. Also, I wanted to make this announcement, but my time ran out on Tuesday, and it was state testing this week for our students. So I just wanted to make, I'm pretty sure most of our students did well. I know we've been in the newspaper as being listed as in a negative light, and I want you to know that us educators, we really, really try hard with our students. And I'm very confident that they did well this week. We would be doing makeup testing, so if anyone needs to makeup test, please make sure they get their rest, get off the phones, go to bed early, and are prepared for the state test next week also. For any of the youth in our city, there are free recreation centers available. There are baseball leagues. There's plenty for our kids to do. I keep hearing things that, a lot of parents don't know that there's things for our youth to do. There are free rec center in just about every ward. Please, please sign your kids up so that they can be involved and participate in sports. May 9th, which is today, we're here. Hopefully we can make it before the game is over, but Trenton High is playing Nottingham at the Thunder Stadium. It's free admission if anyone wants to stop by there and support our students. May 14th, I will be hosting a webinar with my sorority, Social Action on Maternal Health, and that is, we have a special guest appearance by First Lady Tammy Murphy. So if you are able to register online, we would appreciate you to log in and join us for that. May 17th, I believe the May 18th, Councilwoman Jennifer just announced the Cafe Conversations. Also, May 18th, Delta Sigma Theta will be hosting its annual health and wellness walk at Calwater Park from 9 a.m. Shout out to all the Haitians. It's Haitian Heritage Month. Also, there's free laundry service available for anyone at North Clinton Church. All you need to do is call 609-306-4892 to sign up. And also, I have my 609-day activities that are coming up in June. That is my grief counseling. This is the second year we're doing that. We have our event with the police officers and youth. And then I've also partnered with some of my council colleagues. We're going to have an event for our differently able population. And also a community giveaway will be happening also in June, all a part of our 609 day. And also, I just want to touch really quick before my time runs out about the language and the Spanish translation that we tabled off. I just want to inform the individuals that I received several phone calls from. Our website actually does translate to several languages. If you go on the city website, it already does some of it for us. We've been working really diligently just to find an actual company to do the vital documents, but our website already translates to several different languages. If you go on the right-hand corner of our website, you will see that it translates. So just to put that out there also, am I missing something? Oh. Okay, and then also Ms. Bias, thank you, Councilman Harrison. He just said there's also
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Good evening. So I wanted to just say, Kayla, I believe she left, wanted to thank her for the presentation and the work that she and Mercer Street Friends are doing in our community to help combat all the food issues that we're having here. Ms. Deborah Marshall, that is a problem. We are working diligently to try and come up with a solution to deal with these slumlords. It is a problem, and it doesn't go unnoticed. We are all residents here, and so we've all been affected or know someone who's been affected by slumlords. So thank you for just bringing that up. I'm sorry for what you're going through. And I hope that you seek legal counsel with that to get better advice. I can't give it. I'd love to be able to say some things, but I can't. So I'm going to digress. But then Ms. Christine Baez, it is unfortunate that the parking, we're still having those issues. And hopefully we can get something done. Since it's only 5 units there, I would love to see us be able to help out over by the conservatory to get those designated for those homeowners. You shouldn't be stressed out when you leave your house, whether or not you're going to have parking space, especially when you have a husband who is differently able with one leg. Lou, you already know, you've spoken with Councilman Harrison, and you and I, you can always call me and we can always follow up. I appreciate everything that you do for the community. The Halsey family, I'm so happy to hear the young men speak. I was moved by it. I appreciate it. And it is rewarding to know that the work that Joe, that you're doing, it does not go unaffected. Having Jabri come back and actually speak on your behalf, that is telling, because if they don't have any connection with you and they know that he can come back again, it's telling. So I appreciate that. And then Bashir, I sincerely appreciated your words, especially saying that it gave you a sense of purpose and direction. That speaks a lot, and also reminds me to tell others to remember to listen to their grandmama and their mamas, because you said grandmama sent you there. So I appreciate that, and I'm glad that you had the forward to actually go, and hopefully your message will be something that resounds with others. It's all about making connections, and what you've said, the both of you young men, will make a difference for someone else. So I applaud the work that you're doing, Joe, and I appreciate, I'm sorry, Kim, all appreciate all that you all do at the foundation. The work is fantastic, and I've had opportunity to be in the midst of some of the other young men. So thank you for what you're doing. This next Tuesday, which is May the 14th at 5:30, we will be having our West District conversations. We'll continue at the Trenton Public Police Station at 660 Artisan in Hermitage. So if you are in the West Ward, I'd love to hear you. hear whatever's going on for you and to come out here, we've got going on in the community. That's where you get to tell me what your concerns are, and I get to hear about that and bring it back to the administration. And also I get to inform you about what's going on in the west section of Trenton. Also on Healthy Kids Day run. This Sunday is the final day for those of you who have children who are K through 8. That is at Foundation Academy at 3 o'clock. This Sunday is the last one. This on May 17th, if you can come out here to the City Hall, will be Haitian Heritage Flag Raising Day. So and that will be at noon on May the 17th. Please come out and support our Haitian community. On May the 22nd is the Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. They'll be having Advocacy Day at Greater Mount Zion. Actually, to come out and join at 9:30. There'll be great information that comes out. But if you want to help make a difference in the prevention of gun violence, here's where you can raise your voice. And that's 42 Pennington Avenue. On June 8th, Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America will be having our Wear Orange Day. That is going to be a fantastic day where we're partnering with the Trenton Community Street Team, Perry Shaw. There will be a march from Calhoun and West State Street going into Cadwalder Park. There will be more information coming. And with that, I made it. And here is our part of our city's statement, which is recognizing that the people of Trenton have made us guardians of
Councilwoman Edwards.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to start off by just giving a couple of announcements. Yesterday, May 8th, was Jair Tig Brown Day. Last year, the city of Trenton had made it Jair Tig Brown Day when he got drafted to the NFL to the 49ers. I want to let you know that there is a pink market for Mother's Day weekend downtown this Saturday from 12 to 3 at Much Better Studios and in partnership with Classics Bookstore. There are going to be a series of vendors inside of Much Better Studios and lining the sidewalk all around the corner to Classics from 125 South Warren to Lafayette Street. The Orchid House Cafe is hosting a real estate workshop also on Saturday at 1 to 3 p.m. There is a congressional art exhibition at Artworks Trenton tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. This is a 2-week exhibition for high school students in the 12th Congressional District. And going from announcements, I do want to address some of this public comments regarding the slumlords. There is a really big issue in the city with slumlords. And just to let you know, ma'am, that if your utilities can be separated from other tenants, you would have to be responsible for that. Your landlord is only responsible for providing working equipment for your heat, but being that they changed it to electric heat and added it on to your utilities with PSE&G, I believe you are responsible for that. But I would say, as Councilwoman Frisbee said, I'm not an attorney, so I would say pursue this in court when you're talking to them, but it should be in your tenant's rights that you should have received from your landlord. But in the event that you have a slumlord, to your point, if you're living in a space that's 3 units or more, you would report that to DCA. And their number is 609-633-6227. This is the Bureau of Housing Inspection. And they also have an email as well. If it's less than 3 units, if it's 1 unit or 2 unit rental, that would fall under the City of Trenton's purview. And that would fall under the Division of Housing Inspections. And their number is 609-989-3563. And I can give you that information as well, because I didn't think about that when I had asked Jorge to pass you DCA's information. So I'm not sure how many units your space is. So I just wanted to let you know that, but definitely stay on top of these landlords because they will get away with murder if they can. So report them, please. And to Kayla at Mercer Street Friends, I want to say thank you to her for stopping in. Mercer Street Friends was a very involved in my life when I was experiencing homelessness, when I was a teenage mother at 19. They helped me get into shelter at Homefront. They helped me with transportation. They helped me get food stamps, and they helped me with childcare and other support services for my newborn, who is actually 16 today. So I just want to thank her for stopping in and kind of rekindling some of that for me. And I hope that people who need the help get it. And on that note, happy Mother's Day, everyone. Thank you and have a good evening.
Council Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm going to be very short and sweet, I hope. Thank you all for being here as usual. I do want to thank Kayla for the presentation this evening. This is a great program, and I'm hoping and I'm hopeful that this will help several families throughout the city of Trenton. So that's excellent, and in the state of New Jersey. So that's wonderful. 2 events I wanted to announce. One event is Trenton firefighters would like to speak to the South Ward specifically on May 15th between 6 and 8 p.m. at the Trenton Fire Department on between 714 and 720 South Broad Street. To discuss just safety and response within the city, and also to address vehicles being parked too close to intersections, which kind of deter the fire trucks from turning corners when they're trying to get to fires. So please come out and join myself, Council President Krista Feliciano, and the fire department and other first responders for that event. Also, it came to my attention that there were letters issued to specific residents of my South Ward around Grand Street, Adeline Street, and the like, with regards to the old doll factory on Grand Street, and also the old St. Mary's Rectory at 411 Adeline Street. Both properties are being repurposed. One is being repurposed possibly by Foundation Academy to expand their campus. I did want Foundation Academy. I had conversations with them about having a community conversation first before these letters went out, but unfortunately that's not the way that it happened. So I was able to organize a meeting with Foundation Academy, and I'm going to let the public know that that meeting will be on May 14th from 6 to 8 p.m. again at the Trenton Fire Department between 714 and 720 South Broad Street. So please come out so you can find out what is going to be happening with that old doll factory, and also how they're going to address parking and other issues of the like. Additionally, with regards to Old St. Mary's Rectory, I believe the letter was stating that the property would be repurposed for apartment housing and other multi-purpose things. So I definitely want to get more information about that. And unfortunately, I don't have that information at this time. Both of these issues will be raised at the May 15th zoning board meeting here in council chambers at 7 p.m. on the 15th. So if you'd like more information about that, please attend. Mr. Brady, thank you so much for coming and addressing council with your concerns. This is the first I'm hearing it. Had I been made aware, I would have definitely addressed it. I know you said Councilman Harrison was made aware. This is in the South Ward. That would have been something that I would have liked to address as well. So I will definitely get on this and see what more can be done that has not already been done. I know you said your father has issues with the Bikers Club, and I'd like to, and I gave you my card, so please reach out to me and we could communicate, and I'll get your number before I leave. Yes. Other than that, I just wanted to congratulate the James Halsey Foundation and the gentleman who came and spoke before us. The arts was something near and dear to my heart growing up, and I'm really thankful that there's a program such as this in Trenton, because we need these types of programs for our youth. We need something to set apart from what's real, what we face and what our kids face every day, and to, help them visualize outside the box of Trenton and, what is offered. So thank you for all that you do. And, we're very thankful for providing alternate avenues for our children, and keep doing what you're doing. And, you guys just keep absorbing and soaking up everything that you're able to gather from that organization. So thank you very much. Other than that, I know that there's an issue with Cummings Avenue. I know that there's a lot of delivery trucks that come on that street, and recently there was a sign put up for no trucks, but yet I get text messages every single day that trucks are still coming on that street and making deliveries. So your concerns are being heard. Or trying to rectify that situation. Other than that, I just want to thank you guys for being here this evening, and have a wonderful weekend. Have a very happy Mother's Day, and take care. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight. Glad to see everybody that is here. I echo the sentiments of my colleagues that spoke about the public comments that were made, and I'm sure that between 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 of us, messages will be sent out and things will be looked into to find some kind of resolve. I do have a couple of announcements that I would like to make. First, I would like to congratulate our very own Scott Michio today. He, instead of being home and celebrating with his wonderful wife, he's here with us doing the work of the city on his 9-year wedding anniversary. So congratulations to you, Scott. Thank you.
Thank
We
you all.
appreciate you.
Robin, I love you. And Shayna, I love you. Sorry to interrupt, but
All
hi,
right.
Shayna. Daddy's on TV.
Congratulations to you all. This Saturday, in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, and keeping the spirit going of what myself, along with Commissioner Nina Melker, Assemblyman Anthony Varelli, and Acting Health and Human Services Director Maria Richardson started. This Saturday, we'll be having a good grief workshop, remembering mom. And so for those that may have lost their mother or their guardian who was with them, Mother's Day, for most of us that have our mothers, it's a good time to celebrate. And then for others that don't have their mom or their loved one around anymore, it may be a depressing time. But we want you to come out with us from 1:30 to 3 p.m. at the Trenton Free Public Library. I'm going to have Dosha Brown, she's a LAC and an NCC, there on site. And we're going to have a workshop remembering mom in a good way and having some good grief. So everyone is welcome to come. It is free. And then on Tuesday, May 14th, seems like that's a hot day in the city with everybody, but on Tuesday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Orchid Cafe, we'll be having the What's Tea? Let's Talk About Self-Confidence. And I'm partnering with Miss International USA, Shamir Haskins there. We would ask everyone to register for that. We have flyers and information up online, or you can contact me. So we're looking forward to that happening at the Orchid House Cafe. On Wednesday, I'm partnering with Dress for Success. We're having a pop-up shop here in the atrium of City Hall from 2:30 to 4 p.m. We want everybody to feel good, look good, right? And so we're doing our part to make sure that happens. That is in partnership with Maria Richardson in the Health and Human Services Department here. On Thursday, we're doing something for the seniors. We have Yvonne Williams line dance with EVE. She's going to come out, and we're going to be at Trenton Hall at Mercer County, across from Mercer County Community College downtown, from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Again, that's in partnership with the Health and Human Services. We want people to move, feel good. There's therapy in music, there's therapy in dance, there's therapy in conversation, there's therapy in just being around other people to help uplift your spirits. And so we're looking to do that. On Wednesday, the 22nd, we'll be having a Memorial Day celebration here. I'm partnering with past Commander Luddy Austin and the Trenton VFW 12165. That'll be here in the atrium from 2:30 to 4 p.m. We did that the year before last together, and it was a very impactful moment. We're doing that again. Our keynote speaker is Assemblywoman Verlena Reynolds Jackson. On May the 25th, there is a mental health fair at Unity Square Park from 2 to 5 that's being held by the Health and Human Services Department. I would just like to say real quick that on Tuesday night, I made a comment about the home in Mill Hill, and I thought that it was a purchase that was done from the city, because when I did get a correspondence about a pilot, when I first saw that, I associate pilot with the city-owned property or purchase. it in fact was a private sale that was done. So there was no communication between the city and the purchaser. So there was no deal or anything or conversation that was done. So I just wanted to clear that up. It was a private sale, yet and still I say that nothing came before council. I'm sure that whatever needs to be done regarding review of what the house will be used for or what it's looking to be used for will be taken care of accordingly, but I wanted to state that for the record. I would like to shout out the women of WIN, of the NAACP, the WIN committee. One of the members, Kiana Alexander, is here tonight for helping push the Crown Act and its importance. We appreciate you and the women of WIN, as well as the NAACP, for the work that you're doing to advocate and make sure that people are aware of what's going on. With that being said, I would like to say thank you. Mr. Garcia.
Certainly. Madam President, we can move through to the rest of tonight's docket. At this time, if you want to ask for a motion to approve communications and petitions.
May I have a motion to approve communications and I
So
wasn't
moved.
done yet.
Second.
No problem. Moving second, call on the roll.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams,
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Moving on to ordinances for second reading and public hearing. Ordinance 24-14, an ordinance of the city of Trenton amending chapter 10, alcoholic beverages, section 10-5, restrictions of the code of the city of Trenton to permit a waiver of distance restrictions under certain circumstances. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
No.
Noted. Councilwoman Williams,
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-18, ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as Baker Alley and identified on the city tax map block 23803, lot 19, pursuant to NJSA 40A1213B5 to El Catador Bar and Grill for the sale price of $1,000. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Noted. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-26, an ordinance to revise certain positions, fixing the salary ranges, therefore, and setting certain regulations for the implementation of same, construction official. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Noted. Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-28, an ordinance to amend chapter 222 of the Code of the City of Trenton, rent control to fix rental increase at 4% for tenants and 2% for a senior citizen or disabled tenant. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Ooh, hold on one second. There you go. Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-29, an ordinance of the city of Trenton to adopt NJDEP's model ordinance regarding illicit connections to municipal separate storm sewer system and to amend chapter 254 of the Code of the City of Trenton. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-30, an ordinance of the City of Trenton to adopt NJDEP's model ordinance regarding littering and to amend Chapter 150 of the Code of the City of Trenton. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
And Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-31, an ordinance of the City of Trenton to adopt NJDEP's model ordinance regarding pet waste and to amend Chapter 21 of the Code of the City of Trenton. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-32, an ordinance of the City of Trenton to adopt NJDEP's model ordinance regarding feeding of wildlife and to amend Chapter 21 of the Code of the City of Trenton. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Noted. Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-33, an ordinance of the City of Trenton to adopt NJDEP's model ordinance regarding privately owned refuse containers and dumpsters to amend Chapter 254 of the Code of the City of Trenton. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes. Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-34, an ordinance of the City of Trenton to adopt NJDEP's model ordinance regarding yard waste and to amend Chapter 312 and 248 of the Code of the City of Trenton. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, I believe, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-35, an ordinance of the City of Trenton to adopt NJDEP's model ordinance regarding spilling, dumping, or disposal of materials other than stormwater and to amend Chapter 254 of the Code of the City of Trenton. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-36, ordinance of the City of Trenton to adopt NJDEP's model ordinance regarding privately owned salt storage and to amend Chapter 254 of the Code of the City of Trenton. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So second,
Got it. Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-37, an ordinance of the City of Trenton to adopt NJDEP's model ordinance regarding retrofitting of storm drain inlets and to amend Chapter 254 of the Code of the City of Trenton. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved,
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 24-38, an ordinance of the City of Trenton to adopt NJDEP's model ordinance regarding tree removal and replacement to amend Chapter 287 of the Code of the City of Trenton. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to this ordinance at this time? Seeing none, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. And Madam President, we've reached the point of consent agenda. If you would like to ask for a motion to approve a consent agenda consisting of 24-154.
One second, Mr. Garcia.
Certainly.
Point of order, if I may ask a quick question.
Certainly.
For the ones that we met in executive session about, wouldn't they be roll called? Or would they still be a part of this consent agenda? We should pull out what we met
I
in executive
believe-
session about, correct?
My apologies. I believe you are correct. The items that were, right, items discussed in executive sessions we pulled for roll call, which
Right.
would be
154,
resolutions. Hold on one second.
16,
64, 65.
That will be 154.
No.
Sorry about that.
163.
164,
Mhm.
165. I believe that's all of them.
Yes.
Those are the items. With those items extracted from the consent agenda for roll call, a consent agenda consisting of 24-161, 162, 166, 167, 168, 169, 170, 171, 173, 174, 175, 176, 177, 178, 179, 180, 181, 182, 183, 184, 185, 186, 187, and 188.
Did you say 172 also?
No, you missed it.
Yes.
Sounded like you skipped it.
Yeah.
Did I skip 172?
Mm-hmm.
17, including 172.
Thank you.
Madam President.
Councilwoman Edwards?
I just wanted to see if it was possible to get the potential developers of for the resolution 24-171. Apparently, there was a little bit of misinformation to the public, and there's been some concerns about the purchase of this property and how that will affect the community. And the developer that had offered this is here and missed his opportunity to sign up for public comment, and wants to speak. And is it okay for him to like clear the air to, explain what his plans are? Because it's a garden that produces herbs and vegetables and things like that. And they're concerned about that going away from the community. Is that okay? Not to pull it, but to.
So to that point, Councilwoman, I will allow it at this point in time. However, when we have civic comments, if any council person at that time would like to extend part of their time to the person to then come up and speak and address, then we can use that time to do that. But given the nature of this, I don't have a problem with him coming forward and having 2 minutes to say what it is that he would have to say.
And that's my apologies, because it totally slipped my mind. I
Okay.
had it written and I.
That's fine. But as we move forward, just to keep consistency and order, we can do that during civic comment,
I
right?
appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Dixon, would you like to come forward? 2 minutes, thank you. Turn the light, push the button.
Thank you. Good evening. Elijah Dixon, 134 East Hammer Street. And yes, I'm with Orchid House Cafe LLC. And I did speak with Miss Hytha Brown afterwards, and she did have some misinformation. She had just spoke to one person from her coalition who doesn't even live in the neighborhood, and respectfully, she does not live in the neighborhood either. So she was ignorant to like what actually is going on at our community garden, and in spite of the fact that we are looking to purchase it through our cafe, it will remain community involved, community owned still, essentially. There's two main reasons as to why we are pushing for ownership of this stake and one is just to prevent a lot of the outside developers who've been coming to East Hanover Street into the block to be able to, here's some undeveloped lot and we're going to do it, and it's serving such a critical community function. And then two, because for like the last 8 years, and I've been like one of the main gardeners there. Actually, I am the lead gardener, and it's been a community garden, but Marvin Cerdas, he was a Costa Rican man who would, after I moved from East Trenton over to the neighborhood, he had welcomed me and showed me the ropes. Marvin moved away, and so then it became me. And then I've engaged other people from the neighborhood, young, old, Puerto Rican, white, black, rich, poor, whatever. And we use surplus produce that is not given out to our members, and back to their families. We use surplus produce to make up like pepper sauces and things of that nature, but it actually costs us money to be able to sustain operations. And I'm not even talking about I'm not even talking about from the seeds to the tools to the equipment, but we actually pay kids in the neighborhood, who also help out over at the garden to come over to our cafe after school every single day. 5 kids, no less, getting like $5 each,
Mr. Garcia. Thank you, Mr. Dixon.
Certainly. Madam President, if there's no other questions, you can ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda as I recited.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda with resolutions recited by Mr. Garcia?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams,
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Moving to roll call resolutions. Roll call resolution number 24-154. Resolution authorizing settlement of a civil action in the matter of Heidi U.S. Chan versus City of Trenton in the total amount of $935,000. Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
I'm sorry. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams,
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Moving to resolution 163, 24-163, resolution authorizing settlement of a workers' compensation claim in the matter of Ray Washington versus City of Trenton, claim petition number 2021-8691, in the claim amount of $45,186, including attorney fees and costs.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams,
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Roll call resolution 24-164, resolution authorizing settlement of a workers' compensation claim in the matter of Donald Kelly versus City of Trenton, claim petition number 2020-19055, and claim amount of $29,058, including attorney fees and costs.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams,
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Resolution 24-165, Resolution authorizing settlement of a workers' compensation claim in the matter of Brandon Wilson versus City of Trenton. Claim petition number 2019-12606 and a claim amount of $30,057.96, including attorney fees and costs.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. On to ordinances for first reading and introduction. 24-39, an ordinance prohibiting the damaging, defacing, or removal of street signs within the city of Trenton, Chapter 54, Article 5. And Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve.
Yep. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. And ordinance 24-41, ordinance of the city of Trenton to adopt NJDEP's model ordinance regarding stormwater control and to amend chapter 254 of the code of the city of Trenton.
May I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Council roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. And Madam President, I don't believe there is anything additional. And if you want to ask for a motion to adjourn.
May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Vice President Figueroa Kettner. Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Feliciano.
Yes.
Motion carried. Meeting ended. Meeting adjourned. Thank you. Thank you all for coming out. God bless.